Thank you, Mr. President. On a less upbeat note, I want to report the unfortunate passing of a former colleague of ours, Senator William T. Cadillac Smith, who ably served this Senate for 24 years from 1962 to 1986 from Big Flats, New York, and then left as the Deputy Majority Leader, unfortunately passed away at the end of March while we were away. Senator Smith obviously served this state with great distinction and, of course, was known affectionately for his stunt, so to speak, in 1962, where he put a sign on the back of a Cadillac that he purchased for not growing corn as a result of the institution of the soil bank program, and proceeded to use that notoriety, and subsequently was elected to the New York State Senate, who was then the president of the Farm Bureau in Big Flats, New York. Senator Smith was well known for a number of accomplishments while he was a member of this body. First and foremost, he established what they called at that time the price tag rule, which we now obviously commonly refer to as the fiscal note requirement. At Senator Smith's insistence, that was established back when he was a young senator to have the first requirement that all legislation that's introduced that had any fiscal implications be so indicated on the memorandums in support. He went on to obviously also be very notorious with respect to welfare and Medicaid reform as the chairman of the Senate Social Services Committee, and also the chairman of a temporary state commission to revise the social services law, which made very, very sweeping and major recommendations for reform of those two programs during the 70s. But I think one of his lasting legacies for the state of New York was following the tragic death of his daughter Judy to a drunk driver in 1973, whereupon he went out and established and promoted and enacted the Stop DWI program in 1981, which really is the cornerstone of our anti-DWI efforts in the state of New York to date. I think he was the leading legislator in the United States at the time to establishing a very effective and far-reaching program to combat the tragedy of drunk driving in New York. And he is probably credited, along with those that supported that efforts, with saving thousands of lives, not only in New York, but across this country. As a result, drunk driving fatalities dropped somewhat 50% after the enactment and the enforcement of those anti-DWI efforts. So we owe him a great deal of gratitude for those efforts. But the senator lived to a ripe old age of 94, and he had a great run, and as a result, I know he loved this body and loved service here and loved his community of Big Flats, where he never forgot his roots. So I thought that the body should be aware of the passing of a great distinguished leader of this House and for many, many years. And as such, I hope his soul rests in peace. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Senator Winter. I request a moment of silence. If everyone could please rise in the chamber for a moment of silence for the passing of our colleague.